Sawasdee krap, that's hello in Thai. My name is Anthony and welcome to Quantum Finance. Jump into the fire, says CEO Brian Foote. That's the theme of Hmbl Shareholders Zoom conference call on April 13, 2021. In this video, I'll provide you a high overview of the Shareholders Conference call, the reason why Hmbl didn't present the earnings report as we all have been waiting to know, and I will share you my thoughts on this. You can watch the Humbl's full unedited Shareholders Conference call by clicking the link above on the top right corner there or in the description below. I will also include the Cnbc interview of Brian Foote at the end of the video and what it did to Humbl's stock plunge this afternoon. All I ask for in return is that you help us grow this channel by liking and sharing the video. If you have not already done so, please subscribe. Please help us reach the 10K sub. We're almost there at 9.9K. Also, hit the alert bell button so that you get my latest video update. If you want to get 2 free stocks, value up to $1,850, all you have to do is sign up with Hmbl, open an account, and deposit $100 into your account. They're now giving out Tesla as well as Google and other stocks. Yes, our viewers have received Google, Facebook, and Apple stocks. Please note that this video is for pure entertainment and education only. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, but that does not mean that I will give you data, facts, and other ideas to supercharge your portfolio. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. I was very excited about this conference call, but after spending 45 minutes listening to the qualitative side of the business, mostly repeats of the last conference calls, and few slides that did provide us valuable information of the latest updates, I felt a little somewhat disappointed. In a sense that I was looking forward to the quantitative side of the business, which is, the financials. So after some investigation, I found this document. The reason why Hmbl did not present the earnings report in the conference call was that, quote, state below in reasonable detail why the annual quarterly report could not be filed within the prescribed time period. This is our first filing of an annual report following a change of control of the company in November 2020, and we require additional time to complete the filing and ensure its accuracy working with our newly engaged auditors and accounting firm, unquote. The document went on that they do have 15 calendar days to post an annual report. We can anticipate the filing date to be on April 15th. So on the qualitative side, Brian talked about Hmbl blockchain platform to revolutionize the digital economy by connecting creators, consumers, and merchants under one platform, the Hmbl platform, which, by the way, was modeled after Alibaba's marketplace and Ant Financial. Essentially, Brian is stating that Hmbl is a dynamic and complex company with a mission to change how we conduct commerce, especially on new assets such as NFTs. He provides reviews of the business model where the goal is to take blockchain into blocks or tokenized so that it could be sent, exchange, invest, list, and trade, making assets in new ways that are exchangeable and prove it to customers of its capabilities for fast adaptation. The goal is to eliminate the middleman to minimize bureaucracy, but they must also comply with the regulations. Hmbl has studied how Amazon revolutionized the e-commerce, and Humbl's goal is to be the Amazon of fintech. To achieve this, Brian went on to state that Hmbl is focusing on a modular platform that is customizable by regions. He used the analogy of power plug for traveling because each country have their own electrical systems and voltages, for instance. Hmbl is to solve a market problem by removing the friction of cash society into a digital society. This is because certain countries are lagging behind, so the goal is to focus on ease of usage for fast adaptation, such as a one-click solution. Block token engines will make customers feel more comfortable as it will be safer and faster. Brian states that it will be a challenge and that if you expect overnight success, don't invest in Hmbl. He went on to discuss the mobile app feature and to roll out in stages by focusing on specific countries and regions. For instance, Stage 1 Q2 launch is to focus on point and pay, and Stage 2 Q2 launch is about peer-to-peer, which is more complex. Part of this is due to regulations. Key features will include discover, pay, tip, rate, review, ticketing, and offers. Rollout number 1 will focus primarily US, Canada, Mexico, and other countries by Friday, April 16th. Rollout number 2 will be mostly the European countries. And rollout number 3 will be Brazil, Japan, India, Hong Kong, etc. Note that he did not mention China. That's because of regulatory issues, trade tensions between US and China, and the fact that China has their own digital yuan, the world's first as they transition from cash to digital economy. He also talked about NFTs and its future potential. He also mentioned about leveraging Hmbl stock as a currency to purchase Hollywood-quality production studios to generate products for NFT sales. It will be curated and be selective with artists to partner with and pay them via Hmbl stocks. Essentially make them investors of Hmbl. That means they can approach any athletes, movie stars, singers, entertainers, etc. When a customer purchases one of the NFTs, they could make it more unique by having buyers have dinner with the artist, for instance, or a special signed autograph products to go with it. He went on to talk about the integration of Tickery and NFT on Humble's single app. He summarized the achievement of the reverse merger, country rights, ticker change, etc., and ended the meeting by showing the roadmap. In particular, Q2, Hmbl will focus on the mobile app, the financial rollout in US, peer-to-peer and ticketing integration, and NFT listing. Q3 will be about driving growth, key verticals, strategic partnerships, custodial tokenization, order blocks, and Q4 will focus on Shareholders Conference, company roadmap for 2022, Hmbl ticketing, and NFTs. All in all, it was a positive Shareholders Conference call. Just wish that Brian had clarified the delay on the earnings report filing to match audience expectation. Okay, I just finished watching Brian Foote on Cnbc interview. Let's look at his 1-minute day chart. Whoa! Look at the opposite just happened. Hmbl stock plunged. Let's check the short interest. Okay, it is well over 50% for the past weeks. Definitely, guys, look at the big money is manipulating this heavily to shake out the weak hands. Also, I think what may happen is that Brian was dodging the revenue question on CNBC. He looks very nervous. Anyway, I've included a CNBC video interview here so that you can view it for yourself. Enjoy.
It is showing no signs of slowing down. Sales of non-fungible tokens, they soared more than $2 billion in the first quarter alone with, get this, twice as many buyers as sellers. And the CEO of newly public Coinbase weighing in on that trend.
Well, it's kind of having a moment right now. So there's a lot of NFT craze happening. And something like this, by the way, is happening in crypto. It seems like every 6 months, there's some kind of new innovation. So I think this is going to be like the internet where there's or fashion, there's sort of like a new trend that happens periodically. And NFTs is the most recent one. But generally, I'm a fan of NFTs. I think it's really cool that it's making it possible for artists to get paid.
And one company cashing in on this craze is Hmbl. Look at this chart, a crazy climb since going public just a few months ago. This blockchain firm works with athletes to mint and then sell NFTs, partnering with sports agencies like Athletes First to sign even more pros. For much more, let's bring in Hmbl co-founder and CEO Brian Foote. Brian, thank you for being here.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, we appreciate it. Brian, you got to loosen up, man. It's not that serious. All right, thanks for being here, my man. So NFTs, obviously a red hot craze, and so is retail investing. So many retail investors out there. So a lot of people are looking to your company for some exposure to NFTs. So if I buy a stock of Hmbl, how much exposure do I get to NFTs, and what kind of NFTs are you selling and putting out there?
Yeah, so I think, you're going to see really curated verticals coming online. I think, to Brian's point at Coinbase, and by the way, congratulations to those guys, big day for digital assets. I think, what you'll see in the space is you have sort of these, theme park versus gallery moments where, to Brian's point, there's going to be a lot of proliferation of these ideas and how people get access to them. And then over time, I think, the artists, the athletes, even large media companies will start to consolidate that behavior into kind of one click for the customer in a way that they can get a sense of price discovery, what the market's going to be worth, and how people want to package their lifetime catalogs of content. I think it's a really exciting space, and we intend to package it up well for the customer.
So, Brian, we're going to show a couple of your NFTs. I know one of them that you're really highlighting is one for MLB All-Star Nelson Cruz. You have other sports figures like the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, the Cowboys, Dak Prescott. So kind of give us a sense of where you see this NFT craze going, and do you see it mostly growing in the sports field, or are there other places where NFTs can see a similar boom?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, we're starting to experiment with ideas. So, nothing set in stone with who we're working with and how, but, we're exploring ideas that we're proposing to customers and to athletes and to artists and so on. So I think for us, we're in a spot where the market will discover where it wants to be. And if we can package that really well in a way that the artist and the athlete says, yeah, that's something I want to be a part of, or media companies start to see a second life at the box office for things, that's already cataloged, like movies or music. We think there's a really strong opportunity for lifetime collectors to create new markets beyond stocks and bonds for trading on the blockchain. So it's a really exciting time, and we intend to package it well so that you can move from a hype cycle into something that's lasting and meaningful for creators and anyone who's a producer of content.
Yeah. Brian, it's Morgan. I'm curious, about the company itself. You did this reverse merger. The stock chart's bananas. I realize they're coming from basically being a penny stock to where we are today. But you got three main businesses that I'm looking at here. Pay, so the mobile payments. You got the marketplace. You got the financial, which houses these investment vehicles around Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But I haven't seen any SEC filings as of late. No earnings or financials released either. Are you generating revenue? Are you making money? How quickly are you growing?
Yeah, so we're a new company, and we did something novel in terms of going public on the OTCs. Our intention always is the NASDAQ to move up and into that marketplace. So for us, we saw an opportunity to get our foot in the door as a stair step to the NASDAQ and to grow our brand for customers and make that available early for people who wouldn't traditionally get in on an IPO. You see a lot of choke points with IPOs and with the FANG stocks, with people who have access to deal flow, and then the majority of the population that doesn't. So we wanted to do something novel. I think the market is saying to us, as long as you show up to work every day and try to package blockchain into one click for the customer as an Amazon of assets, we'll be there behind you. So our intention is just to work hard and try to package something up for the customer that's really meaningful and packages these new technologies like blockchain into one click, whether it's NFTs or ETXs. We recently purchased created an agreement to purchase a ticketing business where we think there's just going to be this consolidation in blockchain that tokenization allows for.
But are you actually generating revenue yet? And if so, which of these businesses, represents the greatest growth opportunity?
Yeah, so excitingly we are. We just launched these ETX products that function as a basket of diversification on top of digital assets. The millennial and the Gen Z consumer is saying, we're willing to invest in digital assets. We're hunting growth and new opportunities. So we wanted to step in there as sort of a layer on top of these exchanges to start giving people portfolio exposure to the digital asset class. So yeah, we're getting thousands of new customers, and we have revenue coming in from that. And our intention is to keep driving forward, both on the ETXs and the NFTs. So we're generating revenue, thousands of new customers, and very exciting time for us.
All right, Brian Foote, CEO of Hmbl. We're going to have to leave the conversation there. Thank you for being here.
Likewise. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Morgan.
So there you have it. If you like these type of technical analysis along with stock picks with suggested entry and exit point, be sure to check out our patrons by clicking on the link in the description below or in my comment section. Wish everyone much success, and let's go make lots similars.